Hey, it's Inve. Today I'm here with a quick video on how I use lock-on in Armored Core 6 and how I don't use it a lot of the time. Before we get into that though, please drop a like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. I do read literally all of them, all that good stuff. And with my obligation out of the way, let's get right into the video. So you may have noticed immediately there is a funky little keyboard monitor up in my top right hand corner. You can see it lights up when I press things on my keyboard. And yeah, it's just, it's there. I think it's kind of ugly, but I'm not really sure how to make it pretty. So you're just going to have to deal with it. With that out of the way, what I'm actually going to talk about, Softlock versus Hardlock from the perspective of a keyboard and mouse player. And I'm sorry to all of my controller-wielding fans, I don't use a controller for this game, so I can't really talk about it from your perspective. From what I've heard, though, from a controller player perspective, you pretty much just leave hardlock on all the time, because you're on a controller, it's kind of hard to aim with those sticks instead of an actual mouse pointer. I understand you would want to stay hardlocked. So, from a keyboard and mouse perspective, though, I personally pretty much always play soft-locked. And that is because of the large accuracy bonuses that you get when playing soft-locked. In-game, our accuracy is represented by the little red reticle that's around our friendly test dummy, who is here completely voluntarily. When in soft-lock, you get a large bonus to your accuracy, which is reflected visually in-game by that little red reticle snapping to your target more quickly. In the case of soft-lock, it snaps onto the target almost immediately with this weapon setup. As you can see, I'm locked with barely a moment's notice. However, if I were to turn on hard lock and try again, it takes considerably longer for the lock-on to actually take effect. I'll have a slow motion version of this up on screen for you now, just so that you can see in super slow-mo exactly how much the lock-on is degraded by not using the soft lock, or rather by using the hard lock. So, one other big thing about that is that this reticle isn't only used during the initial lock-on, it's also what shows your accuracy during firing while moving. Another big difference between hard lock and soft lock, other than the accuracy differences, is your AC's movement. Outside of hard lock, your AC does not strafe. It faces the direction that you are holding on the keyboard or D-pad or joystick, however you controller people play. But as you can see, this means that I have to quick turn to change directions. In hardlock, however, when you lock onto your target, you begin to orbit around them. That will let you stay locked onto them and strafe around the target. Changing directions when in hardlock will not make your AC quick turn because you are forced to face the target. Instead, the side booster that you have on will turn off and the other side will turn on. For a brief moment you will slow down and then you'll swap directions. So, which is better for movement, hard lock or soft lock? It's not as cut and dry as it is for shooting, where you want to be soft locked pretty much all the time. For moving, there are pros and cons to both targeting methods. In soft lock, you move slightly faster during evasive actions, and jumping to change your direction makes you naturally more evasive than you would be when just strafing. In hard lock, however, you move slightly slower while strafing left and right, but you slow down less when changing directions, which can give you an advantage over some weapon types. So we've talked about shooting, we've talked about moving. All we've got left is punching, kicking, and stabbing, which for the purposes of lock-on are all one category. When you are hard-locked, you get a massive melee homing bonus, which will cause your AC to track in on things even harder than it already does with melee weapons and kicks. This is awesome, frankly put. And when it's in use, you can just kick the hell out of people. As you can see here, my AC just homes straight into our tester AC without even doing literally anything. I'm just holding W and mashing the kick button, and he can't do shit. Which is awesome, because in this game, kicks are attacker-sided. Meaning that if you get your enemy stuck in this and all your kicks are landed on your screen, they're just stuck in that stun lock for the rest of their lives. However, with hard lock off, you can't exactly do the same thing. As you can see, he pretty immediately gets knocked out of my view range, and even if I'm like right next to him, it doesn't stick me up into his face. It's still possible to hit kicks while soft lock, it's just really not ideal. So, hard lock when meleeing. Big conclusion time. You should probably be playing with hard lock off in most cases. However, when you go in for a melee, you should definitely turn it on. Remember, this advice is only for keyboard and mouse players. I have no idea how you stick-twiddling controller players actually play this game. Derogatory remarks directed at controller players aside, that's pretty much the video. I've gone ahead and left in a couple of PvP matches that I did earlier today, just to show how my playstyle looks normally when I'm playing with mostly soft lock, and give you guys kind of a general idea of how I move and why I said the things that I say. If you enjoyed the video, sub. That's pretty much it. Here's the gameplay.
It's over. Go home.